Hey guys, first and foremost, happy record store day. I hope everybody got the records that they wanted. I did, and I'm super happy. Um, so I've been wondering about Taylor Swift's like masters situation for a long ass time. Because like I read all the shit, like the actual like documents and shit, and I feel like the two sides of the story are like not adding up. But like everyone, there's three sides to every story, okay? This side, and the truth. Usually, the in between tends to be more of the truth. So I just want to know, like, what's the tea? Also, a lot of people in that lineup were there for Taylor Swift, and you know what? I cannot hate her for all these, like, fucking variants. Well, it gets old. But at the same time, I can't hate her because she gets people in the record stores. And, like, that's how a lot of them make a profit. Okay? Like, dead ass. A lot of them make a lot of their money because of Taylor Swift. So, if she's gonna keep record stores alive, I am not gonna complain about that. Okay, so I wanna know, like, I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna do Taylor and Big Machine Records, and then Taylor and Scooter. And I read somewhere that she always kind of like planned this so that it would boost her old catalog because she had been planning this like idea for the Eras tour for a long time, and I want to know if that's true. So I guess I'm just gonna start with like what's the overall like tea. If you want to book a reading with me, the information is in the description box, and obviously this is all alleged. It's just me interpreting literal pieces of paper, okay? If that offends you, there's a million other channels that'll kiss Taylor Swift's ass that you can watch, and that's fine, okay? So, like, just watch them. There's a Taylor Swift industrial complex on the fucking tarot tube, apparently. Um, but anyway, okay, what do we need to know about, like, the overall, like, situation with the Masters? What do we need to know? What do we allegedly need to know about the alleged Masters situation with Taylor Swift? Okay. So, from this... Oh, by the way, how the fuck did I forget to say this? I got a new tripod. My new tripod's here, so I will not be knocking it over with my hand. Okay. So, yeah, preparation and mastery. It's like they kind of knew it was coming. I mean, obviously, eventually it was gonna get sold. So, we got the World, Ace of Swords, and Three of Cups. Okay, before I say anything, let me just... Okay. I'm gonna do the World first. How about that? Start from the beginning. Alright. What do we... Okay, wait. Oh, it says Wanderlust on it. I was like, didn't Taylor have a perfume called that? But it was Wanderlust. No, it was Wonderstruck. If y'all were on Tumblr back in the day, you might have memories of Wonderstruck and also of the frickin' what is it? The light stick or whatever at the Speak Now tour. Yeah. Anyway, okay. What do we need to know about the World? I'm really gonna try and take my time with this. You know what? I want to get into this. Ooh, okay, control and consciousness. Okay, let me do another one. Okay. Okay. So this was something just like ending, right? But it was actually painful. I think it was actually like a painful thing for her, but I don't know that it's completely just about like the music. I think it was also about like that things were kind of changing. Her like promotional stuff really was different from like after she like left Big Machine Records. Also, these are two worlds here, so this was actually a really important thing. The consciousness, though, it's almost like she knew it was coming and then it happened and she still was like upset about it. Okay, what else do we need to know about the isolation? Isolation. Yeah, this was an intense thing for her. She actually was kind of upset about it because, like, she did make this music herself, right? Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of water. I just know I'm gonna be yapping. Okay. Is there anything? No, I'll just move on to Ace of Swords. Okay. What about this Ace of Swords? Sorry, I'm like whispering to myself. Progress and bright thoughts, eh? Okay, let's see. What do we need to know about this Ace of Swords? It was conflicting because it is a business thing, but it's also an emotional thing. We got exhaustion at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But it's almost like everyone involved in this knew in some way they were going to make a profit. So it's like, even though it like was a painful thing for Taylor, she knew she was somehow going to make a profit from this. Obviously, freaking Big Machine Records made a profit. I'm pretty sure Scooter Braun made a profit too. Okay, there's this rebel on the bottom. I have a feeling something about that's going to come up. Okay, what do we need to know about this courage? Courage and innocence. I mean, all of this happening did force her to grow in a way. Innocence and awareness. Okay, what about this innocence? What's going on with the innocence? Yeah, okay, change again. There's a lot of major arcana here as well. It's almost like being set free. This did like set her free in a way. I'm pretty okay, but she did. Okay, who was the fucking guy? Scott Bruschetta. She did really see like Scott Bruschetta as like a mentor, and that was another painful part of this change, because he offered her a lot of guidance early in her career. Okay, Three of Cups. What's with the Three of Cups? By the way, I know this is a really fucking stale topic. I'm just like been curious, and I feel like sometimes I watch people and like they won't like fully say like what's actually coming out. Okay. The Master. I guess I should start kind of like narrating what cards come out, because some people don't watch the screen, but like you honestly should be watching the screen if you're like really interested, because it's like the symbols that really explain a lot of things. Yeah. It's like Three of Cups is like celebratory. It says partnership, imagination. So at the same time as this all being painful, do I think it was like a shocking thing? Not completely. I don't think this was like as unexpected as we all were kind of led to believe that it was. I do think this Master is the same as the Innocence. I think it's Scott Bruschetta. I think they all saw the vision that Taylor had and like I think maybe not even just the vision. I think they all kind of like understood that they could all benefit off of this. But it's still like human beings are always going to compare things, right? So it's like kind of just comparing what was the better option, to just like buy them or to like let it go and do all this. Okay, what else? Transformation, yeah. Forced to transform. Clinging to the past. Yeah, I mean, it was all her like old music, and like she obviously put a lot into it, right? But clinging to it was kind of like, I mean, if we're keeping it real, like Taylor's never been more successful than she is now. That's just reality. Like, obviously 1989 was extremely fucking successful, but like the last few albums have just been insane, and obviously the Eras tour was insane. So like being forced out of clinging to the past did like benefit her, and I think they knew that would benefit her. They're like, trust the plan, sis. Let's see what these are. You know, it's like we've helped you along your way, but it's time for you to like, because you can see like they're holding on and they're leading to the next one here, and it's like they have to let go and she has to grab onto the next one. And then playfulness, it's just like a new opportunity to like be curious and try new things and just find a new balance and artistic kind of like vision. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but that makes sense. It was kind of what I said. Like, I feel like the truth's a little bit more in the middle. Like, obviously she was hurt by that. Obviously it was a business deal. Yeah. That doesn't mean like stuff going public and stuff. Like, that doesn't mean that everything was like shown the way that it actually happened, you know? But that doesn't mean that everything was fake. I wish people would realize like that's life. Like, in life, most things are in the gray. They're not black and white. Like, with the yin yang, this is why I bought the freaking yin yang shit. Like, this is life, you know? It's like, you have to have the two colors in order to have this. I honestly think we could achieve freaking, like, world peace if everyone, like, realized that. Everything's not black and white. Every situation, it's like, people are going to interpret it differently. You have to be able to see a different point of view, even if you don't agree with it, and just understand where people are coming from. Like, you don't have to agree with it. You also don't have to respect it, but, like, just understanding where a person's coming from can, like, do a lot for your, like, mental health, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna do Taylor, Big Machine Records, Energy in Between. Sometimes it's corny to do that, but, like, you know what? Whatever. Maybe it's not corny. It just kind of, like, when I'm doing it, I kind of feel like it gets, like, a little redundant. Then again, some of these readings get redundant as hell. All right. Taylor and Big Machine Records. What is the tea between them? Maybe not just in this master situation, but, like, was there any, like, insane people? Yeah, anything we need to know. I'm going to open it up. I'm opening the floor up to anything, even if it's not about the masters. All right. Taylor. Big Machine Records. Energy in Between. Okay, I'm gonna take another sip of water. I'm sorry, my mouth is so dry. Okay. What ones should I use? Yeah, I'll use these. Okay. Okay, I'll do okay, just before I even take anything out, actually. It's like in this card, Queen of Pentacles, it's like, this is Taylor. She's the one making most of the money, and she was like upholding the rest of like the artists on this label. I have no idea who the artists are. Two of Pentacles, it's like, I'm not going to say anything about that, actually. But, like, they did have plans together and, like, create something. Okay. I'm going to do the Two of Wands first. What do we need to know about that? Digging in. Okay. Sorry. I was just checking my camera. This new tripod holds it a little bit higher up. So, oh my god, I'm an influencer. I have 19 subscribers and a new tripod? Bitch, you can't stop me. Yeah, you know, it started off as a really good partnership, the two of them. Like, Taylor and her, like, record label. And I know her friggin' dad, like, basically, like, bought her into it and whatever. But, like, she still was, like, writing the songs. It started good, but it got a little bit redundant. Like, same old, right? It's like Taylor kind of felt like she always had to be, like, defending herself against them. And it was hard sometimes. I do remember when she was making Red and she wanted to start making, fucking, what was it? They wanted her to keep making country music, and she wanted to start making pop music, and I think they said, like, you can have 2 pop songs or something. Like, she had to stand up to do that, right? And she went the right direction, okay? I think we can all freaking recognize that. Oop, okay. That's quite a few cards, but anyway, let's just do it. It was a really good partnership, and there was a lot of passion. This was a really good connection when it lasted. Like, they did empower her, and they did let her do a lot. Like, they didn't control her as much as, like, a lot of other record labels would have. They gave her not gave her options, but she was allowed to, like, have different choices. Ooh. Okay, so that's good. I'm just gonna, like, put these here so it's not in my way. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put this up here. Right here. And then bring these 2 down here. I hope that was on the screen. Anyway, okay, Queen of Pentacles. Why is Taylor Swift the Queen of Pentacles here? Why is Mother the Queen of Pentacles? I think it's so funny calling her Mother. I think it's funny calling every freaking celebrity Mother. I'm like, why is Billie Eilish Mother? She's like so much younger than me. She's Mother though. Okay, Truth. Yeah, that's Judgment. She was always meant to be, like, she was destined to be with this freaking record label. But it's almost like she knows a lot about, she knows a lot more about this label that none of us know, or like most people don't know, like secrets about it. I don't know. Let's see. Is there any kind of, what secrets does she know about it? And please just be something normal. I think it's just that, like, how much was truly invested into her as an artist, as opposed to, like, I don't know. It's like Taylor Swift had a lot of, like, backing. Like, her dad got her freaking, like, guitar lessons and, like, writing lessons and blah, blah, blah. It paid off. That was a good investment. I mean, if you watch my other fucking deep dive on Taylor Swift, it's a little bit more, harsh than the way I'm putting it right now, but the label also invested a lot into her. And sorry, I'm rambling just to say, it's, like, not like an artist where it's... I'm trying to think of a good example. It's not like an artist, like, for instance, Justin Bieber might not be the best example, but it's like Justin Bieber was literally putting fucking YouTube videos up, and he was just actually so fucking talented that he got found. So it's not like a whole bunch of stuff went into that. It was like he was just a little kid, like, posting YouTube videos and freaking playing his guitar on the side of the street, right? Like, so it's not like that. There was a lot more put into it. I don't think she has the worst memories of it. I think she does look back on it fondly, despite, like, all the drama. Perhaps in, like, a slightly rose-colored lenses kind of way, but yeah. Okay, is there anything else we need to know about Taylor? Come on, give us something. What else? Why is Taylor the Queen of Pentacles? Give us something. Okay, not only did they give her options, she gave them options too, because she made them so much money and made them, like, a legit record label. And they, both parties really, like, gained a lot of knowledge about, like, the music industry and just how to work everything in general. What else? Yeah, they gave her everything she needed to get her career going. But there's a mental conflict on the bottom of the deck. The partnership did have its conflicts, though, I suppose. So let's find out what they were. Okay. Conflict and planning. Yeah, there was conflict about, like, her vision sometimes. I've already said that. Yeah, okay, that's my sign to just move on to the other cards. Once it starts, like, repeating the same shit, it's just like, okay, it's time to move on. So it's Two of Pentacles. I did think it looked a little bit shady. So rest and rejuvenation and deception and envy. And death. Yeah, it's like they felt like they had to like keep her on a line because they know that she was like what was like basically funding them, which is obviously true for keeping it real. There's still something though. There's some fucking kind of secret here. There's some kind of fucking secret. Okay, so the secret, not as much about Taylor. Oh, I just thought I want to ask about the Ghostwriters. That one might piss people off, but whatever. All right, bro, give us some tea. What is these? What are these secrets? Bro, did you kill someone? Like, what is the tea? I think it's just kind of like that her like image isn't as organic and real as people think. Now, does this seem like a big secret to me? No, because like everything in Hollywood's always going to have some kind of like control over it. That's just the way it is. But that might be shocking to some people who actually believe that everything's authentic. But she was happy to do it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not getting like anything really that bad between her and her record label, to be honest. Okay. Okay. The tea, the stale tea everyone's been waiting for. It's practically evaporated at this point. It's dust. It's gone back to being just leaf tea sitting in a dry bag. Okay. Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun, allegedly. All right, what's the alleged tea between these two alleged entities? This is just my alleged opinion, actually. I'm literally just looking at pictures and saying things, okay? Taylor, please, don't sue me. Girl, I know during 1989 you had your freaking lawyers out and about everywhere. Oh, there goes my fridge. If you hear a really annoying like buzzing in the background, that's my fridge. So I'm sorry, I can't control that. Ugh, got me fucked up, dude. They got the 5G coming out my fridge. Just kidding, it's way too old for that. It's so old, probably still has CFCs in it. Just kidding. Okay. Taylor. Okay. That's funny. Scooter. Oh, these dramatic hoes. Okay. Okay. Energy in between. Okay, is there tea? Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe we'll get some tea. Somebody was working behind the scenes. Like, I low-key think they were kind of maybe working together, but we'll see. Okay, the strength is intriguing to me. Because there's the two entities, and he's just, like, ripping it open and looking inside. Which is an interesting, depiction. Sorry, I was yawning. She's the 5 of Swords. And he is the 8 of Cups. Okay, I'm gonna use these. Okay, let's do energy in between. Okay, if you guys have like suggestions on other random Taylor Swift shit you want to hear, just put it in the description. Put it in the comments. Or just like people seem to be really interested in Selena Gomez. I'm gonna do Selena and Haley and Justin and all that shit. I know everyone's fucking obsessed with those. People are kind of obsessed with Demi. I don't know, what other celebrities do people even care about? I don't tend to care as much about the celebrities other people care about. That's why I did a fucking Ava Max reading, okay? Like, if I want to know something, I'm just gonna do it. So I don't really care, but if you guys have, like, shit you want to see. Yeah, no one cared about the Chapel Roan. That one was for me. I wanted to know. Okay, what's going on with the strength? Okay, death and intensity. Yeah, this was definitely like a triggering situation. A triggering situation that did push her creatively. Okay, what else? Why? What? I don't know. Just tell us something else, girl. I don't know. Come out. Guidance. Well, she did feel a little misguided. It was a little bit misguided. But it presented a very fruitful opportunity. Okay? Read between the lines. I'm not saying it. Alright, what else? Okay. Still, they both made a fuck ton of money because of this, okay? I know people are like, oh, Taylor had to do the Eras tour to buy the masters and blah blah, and she didn't, actually. Like, I think it's been kind of like obvious this has been about money for everyone involved. But that doesn't mean it wasn't hard to, like, do this. Like, they were getting backlash and shit, right? And it was annoying for them to, like, keep having their, like, stories compared and all this shit and all the drama. Okay, what else? Why is this... What else do we need to know about this mind? Okay, I'll take it. Dude, it was just, like, really hard for Taylor to let this go. She liked the structure and everything about the deal, and then it's, like, obviously she put a lot into this music. Even though it... Okay, no, we'll just... Before I say anything. Yeah, look. They're wandering towards this abundance. Like, people. I can't make it any more clear. This shit's about money. They can be in their feels, but this whole thing was about money. Okay, this Five of Swords is about conflict, but it's obviously, like, sticking its tongue out and walking away, right? And then we've got projections. Taylor Swift has a really hard time when people don't view things or her the same way she sees them or herself. Like, that's part of the problem. She's like, well, why aren't they getting their share of, like, the criticism? And it's like, because who the fuck cares about Scooter Braun? Like, we all know he's shady. Who the fuck? Like, yeah. Okay. While this was obviously financial, she did still, like, was still angry that, like, people were still questioning. Like, this did feel like a moral thing for her. That people were, like, questioning anything about what she said. Like, that shit pissed her off for real. Okay, and by the way, I know what the fucking mainstream story is. I don't need people in the comments being like, well, she said this about... I know, okay? I know what was said. I think we all know what was said. That's why I'm doing this fucking reading. Silence in the bottom of the deck is turning in. See, now silence, that's the moon card. That's about secrets, okay? So while she was pissed off, she was holding behind these secrets. Okay, what else do we need to know about the secrets? Maturity and fighting. Every reading I do about Taylor, everything is so conflicted and has conflicting energies. Like, does she have some kind of fucking Libra energy somewhere in her chart that's prominent? Because there's always this extremely conflicting energy. Because we got maturity, and it's like, okay, like, I can look at the situation, I can understand why people might be criticizing it or whatever the fuck. But then there's the fighting where she always has to get defensive over it. And it's just like, there's always this conflicting thing. She's a very polarizing person, actually. Okay. Yeah. It actually does hurt when everyone's not on her side about everything. Everything she does is like for her legacy. Okay, anything else about Taylor in this Taylor scooter shit? She was upset that people weren't like giving him as much criticism as they hoped. Although allegedly he was getting death threats and all that shit, but it's like, dude, like everybody gets death threat. Fucking random anonymous person on friggin' Instagram or Twitter gets death threats. Like, come on. You have private security. Yeah. It's like at the end of the day, like, that's politics, baby. That's show business, baby. Like, you just have to do it. Like, she knows what she did. Like, they did make, like, this is all orchestrated. Okay. What about the scooter? Oop. Okay. What else? Oh, this bitch didn't care. This bitch didn't care at all. Okay, what about the rebirth here? That's the Ten of Swords. So what's this Ten of Swords about? Okay, high key. You know how the Ten of Swords is just extremely fucking dramatic with the 10 swords in the back? And it's like, okay. That's a little bit dramatic. He was like, this shit is so dramatic. Is it, like, that serious? Everyone having a friggin' meltdown over it? But at the same time, like, yeah, it was a friggin', like, publicity stunt, kind of. So, yeah. Obviously people are gonna, like, latch on to that. They always do. Breakthrough. Okay. Okay, maybe there's a little bit in there, actually. A little bit of pain. Because it's like, girl, like, we made this agreement. But, like, you're kind of throwing me under the bus. What the fuck? Like, we made an agreement. So that part pissed him off. But, like, in general, like, to the situation, he kind of was like, was this worth the fucking drama for the money? But, like, at the same time, he's kind of just like, whatever. Like, a deal's a deal. Okay. Okay, the Eras thing. This one. I'll use the other deck. I paid a lot of money for this deck. I'm gonna use it. Okay. Was Taylor allegedly already planning an Eris thing. Was this like master situation orchestrated kind of because she already had this master's or this Eris thing in mind? Okay, was this master's thing like orchestrated because she had the Eris idea in mind and she knew it was going to boost her sales and get her old like catalog back into the mainstream? Even though it never left, it still blew up. So, was this thing orchestrated in order to power forward the Era's era? Yeah, it was. Okay, when she says she's a mastermind, girl, she's not lying. Spotlight, personal gains. Endless potential, new ideas. By the way, like I say in all my readings, I don't be reading reversals, so it's like all of the energy in this card is like in these words, okay? Whatever stands out to me. Mastery, preparation, hustler. If there's one thing Taylor Swift is, it's a hustler. And partnership, imagination. Hidden talents is interesting. Okay, so yes, it was. And this is why she's a mastermind. This is why she's the most fucking famous person alive, okay? I'm sorry. Your faves aren't doing all this. Your faves are not doing all of this. I don't think anybody could do all this, but anyway. Taylor Swift is one tenacious. Sorry, I'm just thinking of Tinashe, I guess. Tenacious lady. Taylor Swift is a tenacious lady. She has tenacity. Alright, what's at the Page of Wands here? This endless potential, new ideas and road less taken. Perhaps a road never taken. Yep. Balance. See how it's an angel with all of the elements? She was... yeah. She had this in the back of her mind for a while. But the sacrifice obviously was that she had to give up the freaking like rights or whatever to her music for a while. And as we have obviously rehashed quite a few times here, that wasn't easy for her emotionally. Okay, anything else? I don't think there's much else here. Oh, maybe there is, so tell us something. Okay, and I just want to point out, we also got the Three of Cups and the Eight of Coins in the last reading. Yeah, it gave her... It did. She had this idea burning, and it gave her the drive to go out and do the Eras tour, okay? The biggest freaking tour ever or whatever. So, from a business perspective, Taylor, I could never hate on you. Do you think... and like, personality-wise, would I ever, like, want to be friends with you? No. But, like... business-wise, do I think you or your team or whatever is extremely intelligent? Fuck yeah, I do. Could I ever do what you do? Hell no. I would not be able to do this. So we got the Ace of Swords again, which we also got when I asked originally about the overall thing at the beginning of the reading. Okay, so triumphant success. Like she knew, like she was prepared. She knew this was going to be extremely successful. We also got Triumph. She wasn't wrong, okay? What else? What else do we need to know about the Eight of Coins? Yeah, prosperity begins. Yep. Fertility, there's kind of the same energy here, right? She had this idea. She knew. It was building. Okay. There's not much else here. Three of Cups. Okay, what this partnership, okay? Tell us what the partnership's about. I don't know. Yeah. It was with Big Machine Records, I feel, because it's like she could have bought them out or whatever, but then she would have had to, because I think allegedly I could be wrong about this, but like apparently she was offered to like buy the whole label or whatever. But because Scooter Braun bought it or whatever, her father got paid, the record label got paid. She didn't have to deal with all that shit of owning the record label or whatever. So, yeah, that's why they all worked together. It all worked out for all of them. It took a long ass time though. She was kind of like, is this all gonna be worth it? Oh sis, it was. I feel like that's... Yeah, I'm gonna keep pulling and then it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again. Okay, last question. Now this might be a little controversial. Call me Eminem, the way I'm like so controversial. We need a little controversy on these YouTube streets. Sometimes I just wish I could be a grifter. I never could, but I wish I could sometimes. Like, imagine you just like sell out. You don't actually say what you believe. God, imagine. Life must be so much easier if you're like that. All right. Has Taylor Swift allegedly ever used alleged No, I'm not using these. I'm gonna use the freaking Deviant Moon. I want imagery. Because I know one of her alleged ghostwriters or like who is alleged as a ghostwriter or whatever. So if that person comes out, then I kind of want to know. All right. Has Taylor Swift ever used ghostwriters? Has Mother ever used ghostwriters? Has Mother ever used ghostwriters? Okay, high key, I think the answer is yes. Here's why. One sec, let's see what that's at the bottom. Bruh. I don't know. Okay, so basically it's like something that keeps you awake at night, right? The Nine of Swords. She's super defensive over it. Defensive about her songwriting. But for some reason it keeps her awake at night. Now the Strength. This is where things seem to be getting interesting. I want to know about that. Now which one should I use? Let's use this one. Okay. What do we need to know about the Strength here? I kind of might do the High Priestess over there. I might clarify that after I do all these. Strength. Actually, let's just see what's underneath it. Okay. Genie in a bottle. Okay, what's with this Strength card? What is with the Strength card here? Okay, this is kind of what I thought. She did it in the past in order to like blow her career up, and I this is just what I'm gonna guess here. I think it was during Red in 1989. Because that's when her, well, I mean, obviously not as, well, no, during Red, I'm pretty sure that's when she had her first #1 hit. And see, now, those songs, I'm not gonna say it unless he comes out. But this is a ghostwriter. I mean, look. It's like hiding behind a mask, right? In order to, like, have more success. But it was in the past. So do I think she uses them now? No. Okay. Okay, what about... I'm going to put the politics on top because I want to know more about that. Strength. It's like prying it open. It's like taking the ideas. Okay. Anyway, what else do we need to know about the politics? Okay, Was she like stealing songs or something? Okay. Okay, well, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have shuffled. Okay, ripeness. What else? Postponement. That's interesting. Okay, so the politics was the, like, Two-Face, like, the ghostwriter, right? Coming with ideas, but then we got postponement. The miser. Okay. Okay, what about the postponement here? Yeah, okay, it was like postponed where she got to like really like come back to being fully in her music again. This is weird, but okay. Anything else we need to know? What else do we need to know about Mother? Okay. I don't know if it was her idea, though, to use the Ghostwriters. It's almost like it was like... She wanted to do the big pop songs on Red, right? And they, like, wanted that... Like, those were obviously hits, right? And we had, like, Max Martin or whatever producing them, who obviously has made a ton of hits. We had someone else writing it. Maybe she was also writing it. I'm not saying she wasn't also writing it. But, like, somebody else was in there helping her write it. Now, people she was collaborating with in that era. Just think about it. Just think about it. It allowed her career to grow. Yeah, okay, this participation, it's like she was a part of it. It wasn't like these songs were just being written and handed to her. But it's kind of like they were like desperate for the good ideas. Just like desperate to take the good ideas. Alright, what about this Ace of Swords? Oh, did I call it the Queen of Swords earlier? Kind of gives Queen of Swords, right? Okay, well, there's the Page of Swords. Okay. What else about this? Okay. Yeah, she knew why. The maturity back here and then the adventure here that's a little kid, it's almost like she like understood that she wasn't like couldn't do it by herself, basically. Like the existence, it's like she knew she couldn't do it by herself. Okay, what else about this Ace of Swords? By the way, dude, you guys, so many artists use ghostwriters. Pretty much every single hit song has a ghostwriter. Slowing down in stress. What's... Ooh, okay. Ooh, there's the schizophrenia. Okay. With this, it's like going slowly toward... Nothing in Taylor's career has been slow. I can acknowledge that. But it's like... I think it was hard to get her to agree to it, though. And with this schizophrenia, I think that brings us into the Nine of Swords over here. Oh, we got 9 on 9. 9 of Swords on 9 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, she really, like, regrets it. And it actually bothers her that that's what helped her blow up, and it wasn't, like, self-done. which is understandable because like her whole like image is like, oh, I did this myself, and like I wrote all these songs myself, and blah blah blah, myself, right? But it's not fully true. Was she a part of all of it? Absolutely. I'm not getting in here that she didn't do anything. She views it like, dude, I don't think it's necessarily the laziness part of this card, but like, this is like a front, you know, here, everything looks good. This is all cracking down though. She feels like she's like having to put on this face, but like behind the scenes, it's a little bit like, and it's like this ordinariness, it's like, kind of makes her feel like, well, not now, I guess, but like, was I not good enough? Like back then, like, am I not good enough? Is my music, is my writing not good enough? Yeah. This is something that she's really like change is the wheel of fortune, you know? It's always there. Can tend to be karmic. You know why? Because 10s are about endings and beginnings. They're always cycling. They're karmic. I think she's very scared something might come out about it. Yeah. It's exhausting for her to like lie about it, but it's like, is it that big of a deal? Yeah. She knows the world would view her differently if they found out. Is there anything else we want to know about regarding her music? Fuck it, let's just ask. Are some of the streams bots? I know her Swifties go hard. Okay? I don't think anyone's denying it. But like, let's just add. Oh, fuck. It's like, is there even a point? Like, all fucking artists have botted streams, whatever. Are her streams sometimes bots? Wait, let me write this down so I can remember. Okay. Are her streams sometimes bots, allegedly? Actually, okay, wait. After I ask this, oh my god, let me see how long this is getting. Fuck, 57 minutes. Okay, whatever. Okay, she put out that, like, AI fucking thing that said that the showgirl, Life of a Showgirl, everyone, like, calling it racist or whatever, was bots. Okay, I'm gonna ask about that too, fuck. Whatever. I got time today. I got up early as fuck just to get my little records, so. Alright. Is some of her streams botted so that she can, like, always go #1? It sounds so stupid to even say that because it's like she's gonna go #1 anyway, but whatever. Are some of her streams botted? Are some of her sales botted? I'm like saying this as if I don't have 2 fucking Taylor Swift CDs right there. Okay, are some of the streams botted? Are some of the sales botted? Allegedly. Are there alleged bots allegedly listening to Taylor's alleged music in bot farms? If you guys like Taylor Slop, like, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Fuck. Get me to 21 subscribers by today. Please and thank you, folks. Okay. There is some kind of agreement to push her forward. So does that mean it's bots, though? Because we all know that freaking, like, playlisting and shit on Spotify is a real thing. Which cards should I use? These. I'm vibing with these ones. I never used them, and now I use them all the time. Okay, so there's some kind of agreement. Let's start with the Hierophant. No, that's a higher thing here. The Hierophant is like higher, like religions and like, you know, that kind of stuff. Marriage kind of shit. I don't think this is coming to her marriage though. Yeah, you know, these companies are highly aware that, like, doing good business... like, okay, I'm sorry. He's praying. He's begging. This dude looks like he's, like, squatting down begging, right? It is highly profitable for them to be in Taylor's good graces. And they're aware of that. So they'll do anything for her. Like the streaming services. What else? Compromise. Okay, they have to, like, they can't just, like, throw, like, oh, this song got a billion streams, whatever, like, a song's not gonna get a billion in, like, a day, but this song got a billion streams in a day. They can't do that. That'd be ridiculous. Obviously. It would get exposed easily. So there's, like, a compromise here. That's, I don't think it's adding fake streams, necessarily. Okay, what's the compromise? What's the compromise here? I'm slowing down. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think this is pushing down other artists to push Taylor up to the top. Yeah, like I'm saying anything freaking people on the Snark subreddit haven't said. I think we all know she kind of like pushes other artists down, yeah. She's really defensive about like other artists like being on top. And you know, if you watch my Taylor Swift deep dive, I fear you'll figure out why. Because she is like, yeah, everything for her revolves around like the accolades and sales. So it does kind of like make her sad that this like is a thing. But I mean, she's doing it, so like whatever. Okay. So I'm not getting bought here. I'm getting she pushes it's other manipulation tactics basically. Ace of Cups. What do we need to know about this Ace of Cups here? She does not want to share, dude. She wants all of it to herself. She's actually like hyper fixated on it. Yeah, she wants to be on top. She does. Yeah. She acts coy and like playful about it, but like really like she does manipulate the charts. But I'm not getting bought. Okay. What about this Two of Cups? Yeah, she's kind of fucking greedy, dude. The miser, she wants it all. But like, notice how this is like an ugly old lady that's like dying and like turning into brick. It's like, you got all your treasures, but like at what expense, you know? Okay, what else? What else? There's that laziness again. Okay, I think this is about Life of a Showgirl. That album was lazy and like kind of devoid of creativity. So it's like, yeah, I'm just like do this, push me on whatever streaming platform so that it does well. Make sure everyone in the entire universe knows this album exists. Okay, anything else? Ah, why did I do that? You know, it's like she's done shadier shit in the past for sales. But it was more stressful. Yeah. Gaming for Spotify streams is less stressful than, like, your father literally buying whatever many copies of your debut album and that kind of stuff. And the Papa John's pizza situation. 1989 Polaroids. Yeah, I have all of them. Yeah, it hurts her feelings that, like, it's not completely organic. Okay, well... Okay, I'm not gonna, like, do a bunch of shit for this, but whatever. I'll just ask. I'm not gonna make a separate video for it, because that'd be stupid. It's old news. Not me with my old tea. Not me with my dust. My cup of dust here. Okay, what was the point of that freaking AI thing saying the Life of a Showgirl narrative was, like, botted? Was the call coming from inside the house? Or was it actually just botted? Because I looked at the report and I was like, girl, this is an AI-generated report. You know, for the amount of people that have meltdown over fucking Ava Max's AI slop album, or fucking single cover, you guys don't care that Taylor Swift is putting out a fucking AI slop report that's allegedly lying? Okay, let's find out. Was it real? Yeah, she just hates criticism. She wanted to be celebrated, but she hates criticism. Can't remember what publication it was, but she incentivized them to post that. Alright, well, that's the end of the Taylor Swift reading. I hope everyone really, really loved my deep dive into Mother. So let's recap. Yes, the whole Masters thing was orchestrated. Yes, it was emotionally painful for her. Yes, she had the Era's idea before the freaking Masters thing. She is the mastermind after all. Yes, she had ghostwriters. I think it was probably during Speak Now Red in 1989. No, she does not use bots on Spotify. She just uses them to push down other artists and promote herself over top of them. And was that AI Life of a Showgirl thing kind of like a scam to deflect? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. That's my presentation for you guys, and get me to 21 subscribers. Peace.